Hey travelers, welcome back. In this video, we talk about all things foreign service. We go over what exactly is the foreign service, the pros and cons of being a foreign service officer, the different types, and how to actually become a diplomat, all in this video. But before we begin, travelers, make sure you smash the like button and smash the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. All right, travelers, let's get into today's video. The U.S. Foreign Service is a corps of dedicated people who carry out foreign policy interests overseas, as well as help their fellow American citizens. Foreign service personnel are in over 270 posts throughout the world and overseas. In the Foreign Service, there are about 15,000 members, with 13,000 of them being with the State Department. The Foreign Service diplomacy is relatively small compared with the Department of Defense. There are 1.3 million, yes, I said 1.3. There are 1.3 million active duty military members and 800,000 members in reserves. In the State Department Foreign Service, it can be broken down between generalists and specialists. There are other agencies in the Foreign Service besides the State Department. They include the Commercial Service, the Agricultural Service, USAID, and the U.S. Agency for Global Media. One cool thing about being in the Foreign Service is you could go on different tours or you could take on different assignments while still being in the Foreign Service. What I mean is you can work as a congressional staff member, or you can work in the National Security Council, the White House, the Office of Trade Representative, or other universities, just to name a few. To me, the Foreign Service is more than a job, it's a lifestyle because you live in a country for at least 2 years. And when you have that opportunity, you are able to experience a country more deeply than if you were just a tourist visiting for 1 or 2 weeks, because you get to experience the country and the culture and everything that the country has to offer. And for me, the Foreign Service provides that opportunity. Other benefits include getting paid to learn a language, getting free housing overseas, having your children attend some of the best schools in the world, and obviously being able to represent your country overseas. That's one of the greatest privileges and honors of being a Foreign Service officer. As with anything, there can be cons. Some cons include being away from family, friends, and everything you know, missing important milestones in the lives of your loved ones, and moving every 2 to 3 years can be kind of exhausting. But despite these cons, the benefits outweigh them. For Foreign Service officers in the State Department, as a journalist, there are 5 different career tracks. There are consular, management, political, public diplomacy, and economic. I've already made a video that goes into depth about these different career tracks in the Foreign Service. Be sure to check out the video. I will link it here. In terms of becoming a Foreign Service officer, there are a few things you should know. You do not need to have a college degree. You must be at least 20 years old, but no older than 59 on the day you submit your application. If you are between these ages, feel free to apply. Also, you do not need to know another language besides English. However, if you do know additional languages, that is a bonus. In order to become a Foreign Service officer, there are several different steps. One of the first steps to becoming a diplomat is you have to decide what kind of diplomat you want to be. If you're going to be a diplomat with the State Department, as I mentioned before, there are 5 different career tracks to choose from. Be sure to watch the video which goes into more depth. The second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to sit for the FSOT and fill out your FSO application. With the FSO application, you want to submit your personal narratives. When you submit your FSOT and your personal narratives, and the FSOT is offered 3 times a year, your application will be reviewed. Successful candidates will receive an invitation to this next part of the examination, which is the oral assessment. During the oral part of the examination, you'll go through 3 different exercises: case management, interview, and group exercise. A candidate that passes the orals will be invited to do their security clearance, their medical clearance, and their suitability clearance. Their name will also be placed on the register. If a candidate is successful, their name will come off of the register and they'll get a spot in the Foreign Service. All right, travelers, well, that concludes today's video. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know what other questions you have, and you might see it on a future video. Travelers, if you haven't already, check out my free e-course. It goes over all things careers in international affairs and travel. And if you haven't already, be sure to share this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more content like this. Travelers, it's always a pleasure. And until next time, Let's travel with our dreams together. See you later. Bye-bye.